next time you go for a walk in your neighborhood, you might want to think twice before stepping onto your neighbor's yard and picking up a mango, or reaching up to cut one from the tree, because doing so could cost you a misdemeanor or a petty theft charge. One family in our area is very grateful tonight their 16-year-old daughter followed the advice they had been giving her for years to be cautious of her surroundings when walking home from school. She was able to spot a man was watching her through the side view mirror of his car. Police believe he was trying to kidnap her. 14 months after a woman fell to her death when the Royal Park Bridge opened up just like we see it right now. Authorities are once again trying to figure out how the story repeated itself. This time, it was a 57-year-old woman that ended up in the landing of the bridge. Luckily for her, she lived to tell her story. Listen to the dramatic 911 call for rescue.
I need the Coast Guard down here to the Okeechobee Bridge and Intercoastal. Some girl fell through the bridge when it was open with her bike, and she is stuck up under this ledge.
The curriculum being developed by Alert is still in the early stages, but the Uvalde shooting may accelerate this process. Following the deadliest school shooting in Texas history that killed at least 19 students and 2 teachers in Uvalde, Texas State University leaders are working on ways to ramp up their active shooting response training to include students.
And now we're starting to look at developing age and developmental stage appropriate curriculum for children.
Since 2013, the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Center has provided scenario-focused active shooting response training to law enforcement, first responders, and civilians. But the new focus will give specific instruction to children using keywords that will help them in the midst of chaos, while the older children will be taught to actively participate in helping, such as locking and barricading doors. Some parents are torn with the idea of training their kids.
I think they should train the kids, but at the same time, it's a scary feeling because I don't think we should prepare children for war.
At the moment, the details into how Salvador Ramos, the suspect identified by authorities, gained access to the campus are still under investigation. Hugo, back to you. Dozens of drivers are going from gas station to gas station looking for gas, and this is the scene that they're bumping into. The pumps are covered, indicating that at this moment there is no fuel, while officials are asking us residents to have patience as the port in Everglades is already open and we're expecting a shipment to come at any time. It's been more than a year since Austin voters approved Proposition B, which bans camping underneath bridges, on sidewalks, and in other public places, yet authorities have been unable to provide adequate housing for those affected. One by one, city officials have managed to clean up and dismantle the more than a dozen homeless camps set up in the downtown area, yet they haven't been able to provide shelter for the estimated 2,500 individuals experiencing homelessness.
Law is pretty clear. They have to offer housing. The state law, human rights law, basic understanding and principles and morals tell you you can't just do this to people of color.
The ordinance made lying down or camping on public property a misdemeanor, punishable by a fine of up to $500. Governor Greg Abbott also signed into law a statewide camping ban with penalties for any city that fails to enforce it.
And they've made many threats. We've been hearing over and over and over again. On the morning that the crews come by, that they will be arrested. I mean, that's a scary threat to people who are already facing losing everything.
As the cleanups continue, Austin leaders are still facing many challenges. The city currently has an availability to house 1,700 people and hope to create an additional 1,300 new permanent housing units, and using landlord incentives to secure another 2,000 units in the private market by the year 2024.
Years ago, people were hiding in the forests and in the streams. I think many people are going to have to return there unless and until we actually invest the resources to provide better places.
Officials have set up more than $500 million for their campaign, Finding Home ATX. 86% of the money has been raised so far using government funds, private, state, and county money. They're appealing to private donors to fundraise the rest. In the next couple of weeks, City Council members will be discussing several topics that look to solve this issue, including one where the city will approve a lot where people could camp freely. Reporting in Austin, Karima Hernandez, back to the studios.